Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 484. Welcome! Oh my gosh, I have so much to show you today. Oh my gosh. So hello to all of you who are normally with me on a Saturday morning when we are live chatting during the premiere. Hello to all of you who are new to my channel, the Scrapbooking Made Simple channel. We welcome you. Just know that these are full-length commercial-free classes, not a 15-minute demos. So get some coffee, get some tea, maybe pack a lunch, but get ready to have a good time as I walk you through, gosh, lots of products, things that you may have something very similar to already in your crafty stash, or the latest and greatest from manufacturers that we all know and love. And most often it's a combination of the two, like today. So I started to build this YouTube class last year. And when I mean I started to build the class, classes just don't happen. It's not like they just land in my lap. It is a matter of finding product that I love, finding things that are a teachable moment for you, for me, for our customers, finding product that is affordable, finding product that I can afford to purchase, and sometimes waiting for product that has to come from an international manufacturer. So I started working on this YouTube last year, and it took all the way till January to finally get everything here and paid for. Woot woot. Woot woot. So proud of myself for that. But then I was setting up last night and I've got my table all done and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. This is a lot to show you guys. So I have no idea how long this YouTube is going to be. It could be, I may be able to zoom right through it and it be our normal 2 to 2.5 hours. Everybody is like, excuse me, 2.5 hours for a class? Yes, 2.5 hours for a class. Isn't that what you would expect if you were walking into a crafty store and paying $50 or $100 to take a class? Yes, but this one's free. Wahoo! So I might have been able to even put this into 2 classes, but it's here now and it's done and we're gonna go for it. So in my mind, I had this vision of how this class was going to happen. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, might have to change my vision. I thought I actually might make a few things, but I don't see that happening. So this is more going to be along technique class, absolutely technique based. And you might want to write this YouTube number down somewhere so you can refer back to it. Now, if you're placing an order with us, well, we certainly appreciate that. And you can put the YouTube number in the comments on your order. But if not, this may be one that you wanna take notes for. So I haven't done my pause face in quite some time. So here's my pause face so you can get some paper and I don't get frozen in some weird facial whatever, my eyes half closed. Okay, ready? Here's my pause face. Pause me and then go get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm not gonna blink. Okay, pause face over. So hopefully you grab some paper, a pencil to take notes, or you're gonna jot down this YouTube number 484 because there really is a lot in it. I have got product from Ciao. They're from Italy, okay? So it takes time to get things here. And let me tell you, the shipping, I nearly lost my mind when I saw what the shipping was going to be. But it's good product. So it is what it is. And just so you know, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, we don't add the cost of shipping into the cost of the product and then set our retails accordingly. Shipping is part of the cost of doing business and we absorb that. So the bill for shipping was like $900. We don't then add that into the cost of all the products to absorb the shipping. Nope. That's a cost of doing business on our end. I wanted the product. I'm going to pay the shipping, and you're going to get the product at what the normal retail should be. So I just want to want everybody to know that. So Ciao Bella is here from Italy. And then I have Creative Expressions. Not one new product, but 2 new products. One of them they have no idea I'm doing. Surprise! So the products are so new that I have one set to show you that is packaged kind of correctly. I've got another set that I'm going to work from that is not packaged correctly. And then I only have one sample of the second product that I'm going to show you, because the product it's landing now. It got stuck. It got stuck in customs. I'm like, what do you mean you're stuck? What do we have to do to unstick you? Apparently nothing. When US Customs has your product, you just smile and say, thank you. Absolutely, hold it for another 2 weeks. Sure, not a problem. You go ahead and do that, because there's no complaining to US Customs. I learned my lesson once. I'm like, wait, what? They said, well, we'll just hold it for a little bit longer. So I just say, thank you very much. Yes, we'll make sure all the paperwork is filed accordingly. Pleasure doing business with you. So that product is being delivered, I think, today, but I can't wait for it to deliver to tape the class. I can't do that. So I've got Ciao Bella, I've got Creative Expressions, and technique after technique after technique. So in this class, we may start here, and then we may pivot to over here, and then we may turn a corner and come back this way. And hopefully when I'm all done, everything is in a beautiful box with a pretty little bow on top of it, and it makes sense. I'm hoping that when we're all done, you're like, I get how it all works together, because it really does. I knew about these products from Creative Expressions obviously last year, and very excited to be able to show them to you and share them with you. And of course, Ciao Bella is just beautiful. So I have winner chicken dinner to talk about. I have 4 of you, because last week we weren't able to announce. I will let you know that SMS girl Elena, my right-hand girl, she and I are the ones who handle the e-commerce site, if you want to say we handle it. We do our best. We're like, how do you know what that, I haven't seen that error before. We're also the ones who load all the product, and I'm the one who does the banners. And so Elena is out for a while. So I'm going to do my best keeping up on the YouTube winner chicken dinners. If I go a week without one, I promise I will make it up the next week. So, and she's fine. She's visiting family. So I'm like, I'm your family. Are you sure you have to go? We miss her already. We're such a small staff that today in the retail store, manning the retail store, is SMS girl B and my 2 sons. That's it. That's all we got, folks. But we are mighty, and we just believe we can. Okay, so winner chicken dinner, 4 of them from last week. Well, 2 from last week and 2 from the week before. Our first winner is Cindy Schaefer. Hello, Cindy Schaefer. You won on YouTube number 482. Now, I don't know if I announced this or not, but if I didn't, well, there it is, Cindy. Wahoo, kachoo. Congratulations for you. You have a $25 gift card in your online account. I think. I have to make sure that box, well, of course she could, I have to check the box myself. Ah, hello, Justin. Frechette. Okay, Justin, it's just in time, right? Because that's how your name came to be, right? Hello, Justin. Congratulations. You also are a winner chicken dinner. I'm the one who's responsible for checking the box now, because Elena's not there. Usually she puts the money in the account and I check the box, or she checks the box. I better make sure I do it. Congratulations, Justin. You are a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Next, these are from the people from last week. 483, Patricia Blades. Hello, Patricia Blades. Congratulations to you. Wahoo, Katru, you are a winner chicken dinner, and we are so happy for you. Our next winner is Jerry Harmon. Hello, Jerry. Look at, I got through these names so easy peasy. Hello, Jerry Harmon. Congratulations. Are you standing up going, oh, I'm a winner, and then backing up the video and hearing your name again one more time, Jerry Harmon, and then backing up the video and watching it one more time and going, I'm a winner. So Jerry and Patricia and Justin and Cindy, I expect all of you to be standing up right now. I would if I could, but I'm my own camera person, so I can't do it. But I expect you to be standing up, getting ready to rock out to the winner chicken dinner dance. Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Congratulations to all of you. Enjoy spending your $25 on anything that makes your heart happy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. I hope you find something amazing. All right, so we've done winner chicken dinner. I've got my product in front of me. I think, oh, just a quick update. So YouTube number 481 was done on Christmas Eve, and that was the blowout on my Simply Defined product. We are going to start processing those orders Monday. So, but it is going to take time. There was a lot of orders that week. There was a huge week. Y'all went shopping and had a great time, but it is going to take time to process those orders. So we're going to process those, and at the same time, downstairs is going to be working on 482. It is possible you will get an order from 482, maybe even 483 before you get 481. If you ordered Simply Defined or Simply Refined at those amazing prices, hang tight. It'll get to you. We're gonna start on Monday, and I've got one person doing all of those orders, and then I've got two other people to do 482. We're gonna start 482 probably Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So just remember, we're small, but remember, we try to be mighty, and don't forget the pricing you got on all of that stuff. So I just wanted to give you an update. Do we have a new warehouse sale date? No, I don't. I don't even know when, honestly. I leave for Germany in a couple weeks. I mean, it's just, Elena's out visiting family for a while. Claire's out sick today. I mean, it's just, I don't even know yet. So hang tight. When I come up with a date for a warehouse sale, we'll let you know. Until then, enjoy what we're doing today. All right, I've got some samples. I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to show you some samples, and then we're going to get started. So again, this is a lot. There's no question about it. It's a lot of different technique, a lot of different products. Some of it you may never have seen. Some of it is product that you've seen before, but brand new colors. One of it you've never seen before. So we're just going to take it step by step by step. And don't forget, pause face. Write down this YouTube number. There is absolutely no die cutting in this YouTube at all, nor is there any stamping. So if you are new to crafting, you're going to be able to do this without anything extra than some adhesive, some scissors maybe if you want to keep it really simple, scissors, adhesive. If you want to keep it simple, really, that's all you're going to need. Okay, I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started. Of course, then you want to expand on it and grow on it and make it a little bit more and then take it to the next level. And then if that's the case, then you need a little bit more than the scissors and the adhesive. But if you just want to make something pretty, scissors and adhesive are all you're going to need. Okay, tilt on down for today. It's good to see everybody. Bye. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how I'm going to live chat in Germany, because now we do our live chats on Mondays and Thursdays and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which is like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to have to figure that one out. Okay. Look at how pretty is this, right? Hello, Ciao Bella. Isn't she beautiful? This is my high-tech zooming. Isn't she just beautiful? So there's one. Do you love the ocean? Me too. In fact, I want to retire by. It doesn't have to be the ocean because I don't think we'll be able to afford it. But gosh, a babbling brook would also work for me. Isn't that beautiful? Hello, Ciao Bella. And my last one. Pay attention to the background. Pay attention. This is also Ciao Bella. So I think that's where I'm going to start, is by showing you the two collections that I brought in from Ciao Bella. We're only selling it as a bundle. There is no open stock, but it's at a great price. So the first one is Sparrow Hill, and I have three different, 1, 2, 3. So I have the A4 paper, I have the 8x8 paper, and I have the 6x6 fussy cut pad. So this is being sold as a bundle. You can't just buy the fussy cut pad, or you can't just buy the A4. And and I could have probably afforded more product. The shipping, I couldn't afford, and the shipping was, oh my gosh. So it's as a bundle, and that's it. Let me and I'm not going to use these. So once I take these out, I'm going to put them back in the package because we are limited on how many we have. I'm going to use what the girls opened up to make the samples out of, so I can put this back and somebody else can buy it. First off, the fussy cut paper is, so they even allow you, I mean, it's even meant to be used the front page. You just cut that piece off. But the fussy cut paper is just sheets and sheets, and it is double-sided. Sheets and sheets and sheets of beautiful things that can be fussy cut out, or you have double-sided paper. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that because I need to put this away. Three different, or 3 of the same sheet. Look at how beautiful is that, right? And if you loved a fussy cut, well, this is going to make your heart happy. Look at how gorgeous is that. So this, oh, look at how pretty is that. So this is the fussy cut 6x6 of Sparrow Hill. And just tons for you to play with. Okay, so that's one. The next thing I have is the 8x8 paper pad. So if you get yours and it looks like I opened it up, well, I did. So same thing. They expect you to use this piece and these 2 pieces off the cover, absolutely. But then you have the most beautiful paper ever in 8x8, and it is double-sided. It's just stunning. You can see why I had to have it. I mean, I really had to have it. Love it. And there's just sheet after sheet after sheet. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? And they're all double-sided. So that is the 8x8 pad. And the last thing I have is the A4 kit. And again, I'm so sorry we weren't able to get enough in to be able to offer it open stock and as a bundle, so it's just the bundle. Here they expect you to use this piece. They expect you to use these 3 pieces. Absolutely. And it is double-sided. Look at, so back here, you cut this off and you have this on the other side. It absolutely is double-sided. All the beautiful fronts that you can then fussy cut out. Love this. all the beautiful fronts, words, sentiments, and then all the back sides that you can use. So this is the A4 pack of Sparrow Hill. So I have the A4 pack, I have the 8x8 pack, and I have the 6x6 fussy pack. Okay, so that's bundle number 1. Then the other bundle that I have is the Under the Water Love. And the same thing, I've got the 6x6 fussy pad. I've got the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 8x8 pad. And then I have got the A4. So these are the 2 collections that we have from Ciao Bella in the way of paper. Okay, and I think that might be where I start today. So I'm gonna play over here. So I've got a bunch of it that the girls were using to make the samples, and that's the home I'm gonna play in, so I don't have to open anything from and take from the available inventory. Okay, so I've got this sheet right here, which I love. And I mean, crazy easy to make cards. So I could take, because everything coordinates. Let's take a look at the rest of the back sides of the paper. Everything coordinates. Oh, that's real pretty. Oh, that's real pretty. I love that one. And that, oh, that's pretty. Maybe I go, maybe I go here. Okay, so to make a card with this is as easy as possible. I mean, it really is. You're going to trim it down. Everything in the packs between the 3 are meant to coordinate together so that you can take from the 6x6 and use it with the A4 kit. You can take the 8x8 and use that with the 6x6. It is all meant to coordinate easy peasy together. Now I have to decide how much of a border do I want around, and I don't think I want any border. So I'm going to get rid of all the gray that's around. If you're a new card maker, you can't get any easier than this. If you are a new scrapbooker or a junk journaler, these kits are your happy place. They've got all the tags, all the little doodads and pretty little icons that you can cut out and add to your junk journaling. And just like that, I've got a card front. Now I have to decide what I want to put it against. Do I like that? Maybe. Do I want it even brighter? No, 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 I think I'm going to stay here. So I'm going to grab just quickly a Sizzix card base, just because I want to make sure it fits. And it, oh wow, so that fits an A6 perfectly. Fits an A6 absolutely perfectly. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to change up. I could just mount this like that and be done. I really could. It could be that simple. Doesn't have to be anything more than that. But I do want to, I don't know, I do want to add some definition to it. So maybe I don't use that paper. And maybe I cut it all the way down. Gosh, it almost seems a shame to do that, doesn't it? I could just do that and put some bling on it and call it done. All right, well, it's too pretty to not do that. let's just use that one as is. Okay, hello. Oh, there you are. So this is Stacy tape. And I'm just going to put this down. Because really, if you need a quick, fast card, I would add a little bit of bling to it. And that's it. Line it up. That's it. Let's find a simple sentiment. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Let's see. I don't know. I think that's enough, maybe. I don't even know if I need a sentiment on the inside. Okay, so you can see how easy their kits can be. Let's do something a little more difficult. Let's take something maybe with a tag so we can layer some of the stuff on it. That's certainly pretty. Decisions, decisions. Okay, what if I take, I'm going to take the one off the, or maybe on the back side. I think I'm going to take the one off the actual front of the card, or front of the packaging. So super small, but then I have all the paper to do the matting with. So do I like that? I'm not sure if I do. What other matting paper do I want to use? I've got this one. Nope, I don't think that one's it. I've got this one. I've got this one. Oh, I think I like that. I think I like that. And then maybe anything with a purple on the back? Oh, I think I like that. So I think I'm just going to mat this really quick. So the idea about these kits from Ciao is that they're meant to be used in conjunction with each other, where you have the opportunity to really embellish more if you want. But if you don't and you want to keep it simple, everything is meant to coordinate so that you really don't have to give too much thought to what paper you're going to use. It's all going to be in there between the 8x8 and the A4 and the fussy cut, because you've got the back sides of that. What if I took a purple one? I took a purple one. And I did that. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So I've only done one mat. I think I am going to do one more mat. Let me tape this one down. And then we're going to move on. I just wanted to give you an idea of how simple and how easy it can be to build cards. or to make layouts or junk journals. And one bundle is going to give you an opportunity to make lots and lots and lots of cards. Or, gosh, I think you could easily do 50 cards, maybe more. Probably would be able to do 20 layouts out of one set easily. Couple junk journals, absolutely. So I think I'm going to keep it there. Now you would use a trimmer. I'm just freehanding. And then I'm going to move on. Here's my card base. And maybe I take just a little bit of I think that's too yellow. I'm going to try a little bit of this. Oh, but I have to see, what am I giving up? What am I giving up? What am I giving up? You have to look at the backside to see what you're not going to get. Okay, so maybe I do this one. Going to be wide enough? No. Not that one. I don't have enough space. Okay, what am I? Oh, that's good. I'm giving up words on this one. I can give up the words. I'm okay giving up words. That's what they were saying was the hardest thing making these samples is that you love both sides so much it's hard to decide which side to give up. Do you want the elements or do you want the double-sided paper? So if I do that, and then I do that, oh, so cute. Okay, so I'm going to snip here. All right, let's tape everything down. And then we can move on. In fact, maybe I won't even tape everything onto the card base. Maybe I'm just going to keep this off to the side and we come back to this one. Oh, I just did that. So my thought was to go here and tape that in place and then layer that right on top of it. But I'm going to hold this because we're going to come back and do something a little more to that in just a bit. Now the first thing I want to show you, now that you get the concept of how the Ciao Bella kits work, everything is meant to mix and match, everything coordinates together. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's all about what you like and what you think should go together. It makes it simple and easy, but gives you the opportunity to take it to the next level if you are an experienced card maker. And we're gonna play with the next product, which is called, they're calling it tinting powder. This is from Creative Expressions, and this is a brand new product, and they don't know that I'm showing it to you today. Surprise! It is what I would consider to be instant aging, instant vintage. And I'm gonna take, well, I have these two to play with, so I'm gonna pop this one off. So I have these two, and I have this one, these two, because I want you to see a before and an after. So I want you to see the exact same the exact same item before and after. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that, do I have the same one here anywhere? Oh, I do, these two. So I'm going to take this one and pop this one out. Just trim them on out. And I might even pop this one out. Okay, that works. That leaves me with those back sides. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So I've got apples to apples to apples. It's important that you see apples to apples to apples. All right, so I think I'm going to start with this one first. Same exact identical piece, but I'm going to add the tinting powder, which I think is more like an instant vintage powder. It takes something that is more of a bright color, and it almost adds a sepia tone, making it that vintagey aged look without using ink. So normally with ink, what we do is we'll take perhaps a vintage brown or a Tim Holtz Distress ink, and we might edge around the outside to give it kind of a vintagey look to it. This is an embossing powder that is not opaque, it's transparent, but it's not clear. And it has this, like I said, a sepia type of tone to it. So you could take a black and white photo and put this over the black and white photo and change that into a sepia toned photo. We're going to play with it on some paper. And again, I want you to see apples to apples. So I'm going to keep one of them exactly the same. I'm not going to put any on here, but I'll do it on this one. So when you see them, when you compare them, you can see the difference. How do you add the aging medium? How do you add the, the tinting powder? Versamark, because it is an embossing powder. So I've got my Versamark pad right here, and I'm just gonna grab a paper towel, and I'm gonna Versamark over the entire thing. I'm gonna trim it down first. Go zoop. That way at least my borders are kind of even. Not great, but better. So I'm going to add Versamark to the entire thing. Versamark is an embossing medium, which means it's got a kind of a sticky substance on it. It's not a glue. It's not a glue at all. It's like a thick ink. And what happens is the Versamark stays wet long enough for you to add embossing powder to this. Will it eventually dry? Yes, Versamark will dry, and then it makes a beautiful watermark image if you are stamping with it. And does your pad normally look like this? Oh no, my pad has been used and loved and well crafted with. But I'm not ready to give it up yet because it works just fine. Versamark has a re-inker so that once you buy your pad, you just get the re-inker. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to add some Versamark to the whole thing. Now I'm going to show you. I'm hoping I can get over here, it should be a little bit more shiny. That's where the Versamark is. Versus over here, there's no Versamark there. Can you see the difference? So if I just do this part over here, I can only add embossing powder to this part over here. The embossing powder isn't going to stick because there's no Versamark there. How long do you have for Versamark before it does dry? Oh, you've got several minutes. Easy peasy. Yes, it does eventually dry, but you have absolutely several minutes to do what you need to do and then come back to it. I am going to grab, I'm just going to grab a card base and use that as my funnel for my embossing powder, because that is what this is. It's a true embossing powder, but it's in that sepia tone and it's transparent. So now I'm going to put my embossing powder on and I'm just going to let it run on down. And you can see where there's Versamark and I added the embossing powder, the Versamark has caused the embossing powder to stick to it. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Now I turn it over because I have this side to add. Put a little more of my tinting powder on it. I would have called it something like instant vintage or instant age or I don't know. I would have tinting, I don't know. But you know what? What's in a name, right? It's really what the product does. So I've put the rest of it back in here because you use very, very little. Now you will need a heat tool to melt the embossing powder, because technically what this is a plastic. This is a finely, finely, finely ground plastic. So when you heat it, what happens to plastic when you heat? It melts, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to melt this. This is not a, what do they call those things? A stripper for paint? No, that's not what this is. This is a heat tool, and this one is by Sizzix. So this is going to add enough heat here to melt that plastic. It has 2 speeds. And depending on how comfortable you are with a cylinder-based heat tool, you may start here, but after you get used to it, you go here. I have found that the Sizzix heat tool does not burn the embossing powder, and yet it lets me get super, super close. I mean, I'm gonna get this close, which with other heat tools, you would be burning your paper, and it doesn't blow everything away. So, I'm gonna add that heat, and once I see it starting to melt, I know that I can move my heat tool. So I'm gonna stop right there, just so you can see the difference. See how glossy that is? That's the tinting powder. See where there's no gloss up here? Ooh, that's because I haven't had it melt yet. My heat hasn't hit there long enough for that embossing powder to melt. Go back in. Now you see I'm holding it. That's because the heat doesn't get so high that I can't. And once I see that my embossing powder has turned everywhere. Oh, see, I missed a spot. Can you see right down there? It's not glossy. That means I didn't add enough heat there, so I need to just go back, add that heat until it turns. And bam. So how much did it actually change the image? Because the embossing powder is transparent. So what was the original color? That's a big difference. Here, bright, really happy and pretty. Here, very vintagey and very shabby. And I mean, that's beautiful. Which do you like better? With the tinting powder, you have an option to take something that is just a straight color and add that more sepia look to it to give you that beautiful finish and that high gloss finish. That's a dramatic difference, right? I think so too. And if I didn't do them apples to apples, you would not see the difference. And it's not that everything then has to be done in the tinting powder, but isn't it nice to know that you didn't lose any of the beautiful color? You didn't lose the color of the image. You still have that beautiful pink coming through. You still have that beautiful violet and that rich red coming through. You've just toned it down just a little bit. And sometimes you want to tone it down a little bit. So let's do another one. I'm going to keep these handy and let's do another one. So I'm going to do this one. Bring back my paper towel. Hello, paper towel. Hello, paper towel. I'm going to Versamark up this one just like I did the last. You just want to make sure you've got the whole thing covered. And if you don't, if you miss a spot, you just go back and add after you've done your embossing. Okay, so I think I've got the whole thing covered. It kind of has a sheen to it. Kind of has a sheen to it, right? Now bring over my makeshift funnel. Grab my tinting powder. And away I go. So my whole paper is now covered. This is what I've started with. This has now got the Versamark and my tinting. I'm going to take all of this embossing powder. Look at how much I used. I just dumped it right in there, and I'm going to put it right back in. When it comes right down to it, you really use very little embossing powder. And this isn't a typical embossing powder because it is that transparent with that sepia hue to it. Now let's heat set. And I'm not going to move my heat tool here and here and here and here and here and here. When you do that, you're taking heat here and moving it away. And now that's instantly cooling. And then you bring it back and now this is instantly cooling. And then you move it again and this is instantly cooling. I need to keep it in one spot until I see it turn. And you can visibly see the embossing powder melt. You can. It is magic when you see that. It truly is. And I'm just going to follow along slowly until it's all done. When you're doing this, it takes longer because you're adding heat, taking it away, adding heat, taking it away. It's like if you were cooking chocolate chip cookies in the oven and you put them in and then you open the oven and to look at them and you leave the oven open for a minute and all that heat escapes. And then you close the oven and the oven gets back up to temperature again, but then you want to look at them again and you open it and all that heat escapes. You're doing the same thing when you do this. So, one place, start. See it turn and start to move. If you miss a spot, you'll always come back and heat again. Okay, so here I am. I can tell you I missed a spot over there. I can already see right up here that I missed a spot. But I also haven't finished. You can see that over here, the shiny just stops and it's matte over here. It's because I haven't added my heat there yet. Okay, now I can take a look at it and see, did I miss any place? It looks pretty good. I think I'm pretty good with that. So now let's take a look and see the difference. Tinting powder, no tinting powder. What look are you going for on the project that you're making? Think about all the different things you can use this on to vintage them up when you need it vintaged. Sometimes you want that old time. This is beautiful, and I didn't lose my color. My pinks are still beautifully pink. My bird is still a beautiful bird. Okay, one more and then we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna do, did I do one in purple yet? No, maybe I'll do the purple one. I'm gonna do this one so you can see the difference. And this time I'm gonna do a double emboss. So I'm gonna ink it up with my Versamark. You just want to make sure you get it all over. And if you miss a spot, that's fine. Maybe I should miss a spot for you. I already did this one. Well, let's see. Let's see if I missed a spot. I just dump it right on and let it walk on down. Turn it over. Dump it right on and let it walk on off. Let's pretend I missed this spot right here. Let's just say my pad didn't hit it and now I've added all my powder. What am I gonna do? You're gonna leave it. We're gonna go ahead and heat set. I'm not gonna try and add more Versamark right now. I'm just gonna leave it and we're gonna heat set. If I were to add more Versamark right now, and you can if you're okay with it, what you're gonna do is pick some up on your, if I put my pad there, I'm gonna pick some of that powder up on my pad, which is why my pad looks like this. So if I want to go back in and add a little Versamark before my embossing powder has been set, it's going to pick some up and add it to my pad, which is up to you. You can do it either way, or you can choose to leave it. Let's go ahead and heat set. And I'm heating it through. And as I see it turn, I'm kind of following it along. Okay, so now you can see where I missed. My purples are still purple. They're just beautiful. I'm going to go ahead, bring my Versamark back, and I'm going to hit the parts that I missed. So now I can go back here, and I missed right there. Easy fix, no worries. Put my powder where my Versamark is. And then heat set. And because it is plastic, that is really what an embossing powder is. That plastic, once you heat it again, it's going to melt into each other. Okay. So now we've got the difference between the two. And that's a big, big, big difference. Super bright white, shabby chic, vintage chic. The beautiful thing is with one product, you get to choose which one you want. Now, what if I wanted to get rid of, see the bumpies in there? See the bumpies in there? What if I wanted to get rid of that orange peel? My embossing powder has left, it kind of leaves a little bit of an orange peel. What do? Bring my card front back, ooh, emboss again. Double emboss. You can double emboss, you can triple emboss. All that's going to do is add another coat, another layer of embossing powder over the top, which is going to start to smooth your finished project. It's going to smooth it out. Straight over the top, down, straight over the top, down, and I'm going to put all of it back away. And you can see, I mean, I've used very, very little because you're only using what's sticking to the paper. And heat. And you're going to notice something very different. It's much smoother. It's a much smoother image. I still haven't lost my color. I still haven't lost the definition of my design, but now I've got almost a mirror finish, or a glassy, and I just let that embossing powder melt into each other. So that new layer of embossing powder that I just put down is now melting into that first layer. Filling in those little gaps of that orange peel texture. And it's almost like a serene lake where the reflection is just coming right off of it. Like a beautiful, pristine piece of glass. And yet I still have my beautiful images. They're not gone, they're not hidden. And it's dry, it's dry. The minute it cools, it's dry. And that's the original. So people pay a lot of money for the, I always forget how to pronounce it, ephemera. That's it, ephemera, which has that vintagey look to it. You can buy sheets of vintage ephemera, or you can make it yourself. So I'm going to put those aside. I'm going to do this very last one, and then we're moving on. And I'm going to do this one as if I were doing it crafting, so you can see just how quick and easy it is if I weren't teaching. So this is me crafting at home with you sitting next to me, and we're enjoying our coffee and talking. Maybe watching Firefly Lane or a Virgin River. Put my embossing powder on, because this is just us talking, so I'm not going to have to teach it. This is me going as if I was doing it right at home, just so you can see how quick and simple it is, how little time it actually takes to emboss something. Now, if you wanted to keep it that beautiful white look, you could take a clear embossing powder over the top of it if you wanted that glassy look, but you wanted to keep the paper more of the shabby white that it is. But you liked the look of the glass. You like that high gloss finish. Then you take a clear embossing powder. All right, so I'm gonna go. And you're busy using the die cutting machine, or you're making bows, or you're fussy cutting something while I'm doing this. And I'm just following. Follow, follow, follow. As I see it turn, I follow it. Okay, done. So this one's done. And it's got that orange peel look to it. I don't want the orange peel look. Back over it comes. Another round of Versamark. Do you have to use Versamark? you have to use something that is an embossing medium. You're not going to want to use a pigment ink pad over the top of this. That would stay wet long enough, sure, but then you're going to cover up your entire image with your pigment ink. So I don't know if there's Top Boss out there. You need something that's an embossing medium, and Versamark has been around forever. Forever. Ooh, move that out of the way. See, and bring this back over. So it's a tried and true medium. It's made by Sukaniko, the makers of Memento inks and StazOn. It has a re-inker that you can buy for it. And it does what it says it's going to do. So to me, that meets all the criteria of an awesome product. And the fact that it's been around for as long as it has, I think, is a testament to how good it is. So if you want to do embossing like this, you're going to need an embossing medium, and we absolutely recommend Versamark. And Versamark should be readily available almost any craft store. You do not have to go online to find it. So I'm melting that second coat of embossing powder into the first coat. And as I see it turn, I'm moving my heat tool. That's pretty good. So I tried to leave up here maybe a little orange peely, just to let you know that if you see someplace that still looks a little orange peely, you can either add more Versamark and more embossing powder, or come back and reheat until it melts and blends together and gives you more of that glassy look. You really do feel so accomplished because it really is so beautiful. And the minute it cools, it's dry. And there's the difference. So you decide which one you love. Maybe today you want to do one like this, and maybe tomorrow you want to do one like this. Maybe you're putting together a vintage wedding album or a vintage family scrapbook where you've got lots of the vintage sepia pictures and you want to add embellishments to it, but they're looking so bright next to those really old pictures. This is a great way to change that up. And it's just using a simple embossing powder that's transparent yet has a sepia tone to it. Beautiful. So that one compared to here. Yes, it's curling because it's got powder on it. So I could turn this over and spritz my back, and that would help flatten it out. Or when I go to tape it down, it will be fine. See the difference? This one just has one coat. Can you see that orange peel? Versus this one that has two. There's a big difference in the gloss. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to put these aside and we're going to move on. All right, so the next thing from Creative Expressions that I have are brand new Gilding Flakes. Now, Gilding Flakes have been around for ages and ages and ages. And Ellison Sizzix sells the copper, the silver, and the gold in a pot similar to this for like $3.99. But that's all they do is the silver, the copper, and the gold. Creative Expressions, the Cosmic Shimmer brand, has always done these beautiful blends. And these are the newest blends. These I don't believe have launched. I don't believe they've launched yet anywhere. I think we're the very first to have them, and you may be the very, very first to see them. Are they similar or are they the same to what you already have? Well, they're similar because they're flakes, they're Gilding Flakes, but the blends are definitely different from any of the blends that they've had before. So this one is called Raspberry Kiss. We've got Sunlit Forest. We've got Copper Teal. And I've got Spiced Honey. The thing with Gilding Flakes to know, one, you can't have any kind of fan or air conditioning going on around you because these are as light as air. As light as air. If you go, they're going to go without question. Two, the manufacturing of Gilding Flakes can be a little bit challenging because they can only make the blends for as long as they have the certain color. They did a blend a while ago that was my absolute favorite, and then they ran out of one of the colors that went in the blend, and they had to discontinue that pack of Gilding Flakes. So the blues and the teals and the burgundies tend to be a hard flake to manufacture and a hard flake to find. So when they have these, they're not that they're going to have, I don't know that they're going to have them forever and ever and ever because they can only manufacture until they're out of that color flake. We are going to be selling them in packs for shipping purposes. So today I've got mine in the little tubs that they normally come in, what they normally sell them in. But for shipping purposes, Creative Expressions is putting what's in here into a bag for you. And that way we're able to ship 4 of them. Look at how easy it is to ship that versus 4 of these. I mean, big difference in the type of box we have to use. So for today, I'm going to be playing with them here, but this is how you're going to receive them. Also, I want to let you know I'm not going to be using a stippling brush. Usually I use a stippling brush with the Gilding Flakes. This time I'm going to be using the sponges that Creative Expressions uses. They use these little tiny sponges to do their gilding. And if you get the I Want It All bundle, they're going to include 6 of these sponges for you, which is kind of nice. Those are free. I think they retail for $5. So if you do the all 4 packages, then at 20% off, we're also going to throw in 6 of the sponges. I think there's 6 in the box. So you'll get all of it together. If there's only one color that you absolutely love, we're still going to sell these on open stock, so you don't have to worry about it. And like I said, I think they're about $5 for the pack. So how do you use Gilding Flakes? Well, there's a couple different ways to do it, and I think I'm going to start with the easiest way and also to be able to show you the different colors. I'm going to take Stacy tape, and this is just 1.5 inches, I believe, Stacy tape. And this is a double-sided adhesive. And I've got 4 colors, so I'm going to make 4 strips. 1. Stacy tape is strong. It's cost-effective. You can rip it with your fingers. You don't have to use scissors. 2. Oh, that one, I'm going to save that piece. That one didn't go all the way across. 3, and 4. Well, I didn't do a great job on my spacing, that's for sure. Now, Stacy tape is not forgivable, so I couldn't peel this up and get it off this paper. It would tear the paper. You can adhere plastic and metal and beads and glitter and embossing powder because Stacy tape is heat resistant. So you could put it down and throw embossing powder on top of it and heat it with your heat tool and it will be fine. We've held hems up on our pants. We've held metal to metal with it. I've fixed a picture frame with it. And I know a lot of our long-term peeps say that their spouses somehow get a hold of their rolls of Stacy tape and find them in the garage. So I've got 4 pieces down because I've got 4 colors. And maybe I go 1, 2, yeah, I'll go that order. Now, Stacy tape, easy to use. The minute you pull off the liner, it's sticky. So if you're gonna take this liner off, you have to do something because it's sticky right now. As long as you keep the liner down, well, you can hold this as much as you want. You can put it away. You can just save this for a rainy day, whatever you wanna do. But the minute you pull that liner off, you have to do something with it. So I'm gonna grab, this one is spiced honey. And again, okay, so I'm just barely blowing. Can you see it? I mean, I'm barely blowing and it kind of flutters in the wind. So no ceiling fans, no no any kind of fan, and preferably the air conditioner is on the other side of the room. Okay? And you don't want to sneeze. You don't want to sneeze. So I'm going to peel off my liner and I'm going to take some of this, and this aerates. So right now it's compressed in there. Eventually, if I were to pull this out and put it in a Tupperware, which is what I would recommend, something from the dollar store that's bigger, the minute you pull this out and it starts to aerate, it's like it doubles in size. It like expands and you can never get it all back in the little tub. So I always recommend putting it in something maybe a little bit bigger. And I'm just gonna take some of this and put it all around. Now I don't want to use too much because I don't want to waste any. I think I'm going to start with that. And then, me being a good crafter, I'm going to take and put the lid back on just in case I laugh. Because if I laugh, that's going to go everywhere. All right, then I take my little sponge and I kind of press into place. And then I kind of move it around. So normally I use a stipple brush, but now they've got these little sponges that work just as good. Easier for kids. I can pick some of it up from another place and put it over here where there isn't enough. Just go around in little circles until it's all covered. And just that quick and just that easy. I have added beautiful flaking. Now, you can save all of this. I know you're like, those are just little specks, but you can save them and you can use them again. If I had a Tupperware, I would absolutely take, because if I open this, I would absolutely take and just put them right back in. even though they're small little tiny bits. Yeah, you use them again. And there, my first color is done. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And look at how beautiful is that. Brand new colors. Let's do the next one so you can see it. This one is copper teal. Ooh. Pull off my Stacy tape. So the beautiful thing about having the Stacy tape is that you can create borders and edges so easily. Holy smokes, that's pretty. I'm just going to grab some with my tweezers. And just kind of put it in place. I think that's enough to start, and let's see how we do. Put my lid on. Remember, you're going to get it in bags. Kind of push down in place. And then just start to move it around. And all the extra that would normally fall off is filling in all the places there's sticky. Nope, I'm gonna need a little bit more. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more. So I can tell you I probably don't have enough on this side, and I need a little bit more on that side. The flakes will last you a super long time. When you see how they aerate out, once you put them in your Tupperware, you will understand exactly how much is in this little jar. So let's try that. And by using my tweezers, I can go in here and kind of pick and choose the pieces that I want. And just use my little sponge. I'm going to get all of this up. So this is all I didn't use. And now I can choose to put that back in my little tub or throw it away. Okay, so this is my second color. Look at how beautiful is that, right? Let's move on to my third. Third color is Raspberry Kiss. Yum. And let's just get some up and out. Kind of spread it all out. And Okay, I think that's good. Let's try that. Close it up. So this is what I've got. I don't want to blow. Kind of press it into place. And then start moving it around. And all the little extras are going to fill in where the sticky is. And if you need a little more, you add a little more. And if you've got a little bit too much, you put it back in your pot. And the cute little sponge does all the work. Now with the I Want It All, like I said, you get 6 sponges. So you actually could have a sponge for each color. Okay. Oh yeah, look at how much I have left. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I'm going to put that away because that's a lot of red. Okay. And then my last one. Zoop. My last one is Sunlit Forest. And then you get to see all 4 colors. So lots of auburns and smoky colors. Kind of like a gray or a moss green, a dark moss green with these beautiful flecks of red just flowing through. I can spread these out. And let's see what we got. I'm going to give it a push down and then come back and move it around. Look at that. Ooh, I got oodles left over here. So I'm going to gather it on up and put it back. This is where having a larger mouth jar is helpful, because I can just scooch it right back on in. And yes, they'll be usable for the next go round. Absolutely. All right. Woo! Mr. SMS's floor is going to look pretty today. There you go. All 4 colors. They're beautiful. And to use them, it's really, really simple. Let's take Okay, that'll work. So let's pull this off. And I think I like it against that one, although that one looks really pretty too. But I think I like it against that one. So let's cut my strips out. Oh, but maybe this one against the green. Well, instead of that, I could just put a strip of my Stacy tape straight down. Depending on how thick you want your border to be, is the thickness of your tape. Just go zoop and get rid of that little bit of green that I didn't get my tape straight onto. Zoop. Cut off the back. Zoop. Zoop. Decide what color I want. I don't know. They all are beautiful. Expose my tape. Just a little bit. I don't need much. Because I'm just doing that little piece. I'm going to push it in place. Done. Put back my extra. And literally that fast, I've put a border onto a card base. Done. It doesn't have to be any more than that. And I've got that beautiful gold. Beautiful flakes going up the side. I could have done all the way around. So you don't have to do the entire front. You just take whatever width of double-sided adhesive. Now we have from 1/8 of an inch all the way up to 6 inches. So, I mean, I was using this one a little bit earlier. You want a bigger border? Use a 1/2 inch. And it takes so little, but it adds, just look at just that pop of something. Just that pop of something. Just the pop of something. And you're good. What if we came back to this one? Well, what if I just do it? So we started that one way back in the beginning, remember? Way back in the beginning. Oh, I could do this. And then I could do this. So what if I take the border that I was going to use and I put a piece right down in the center. Cut here, cut here, and I think I'll use this one. Take my liner right off my Stacy tape, exposing the sticky. I need very little of this because I'm doing such a small little piece. I mean, just a little bit goes a long way. You can always add more if you need to. And I'm kind of picking my colors. So I have a little bit of this here and a little bit of that there. All right, I think that's good. And my sponge, kind of in place. Okay, I'm gonna let this go just because, but my gosh, look at how perfect that is. Then I come back over and I put that on, and let's tape that down. This is the one I started in the very beginning. And let's put that there. And let's trim off the little extra that I've got and go zoop and zoop. Here at SMS, sound effects are required. So you got to make a sound effect when you're cutting or glittering or I can put that over there. And now you've got just a little bit. I mean, it doesn't take much, and I didn't use much. And you have Stacy tape, and it just adds a little something, something to it. And you can be done. Oh, the backside's super cute too. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, but then we have to move on. So I've shown you the flakes and how easy they are to use. Super simple. Ooh. Now, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep these because I may use them. Now I'm going to bring out the Ciao Bella stencils. So Ciao Bella, we've brought in several stencils from them, and I've picked 4 to go with this collection. So 2 that go with the Underwater Love collection. I believe that's what Underwater Love collection. And 2 that goes with the Sparrow Hill collection, or what I thought would look really great with them. So let's pull one out, and I'm just going to show you quickly how easily it is to use stencils. First off, these are nice size. They're big, right? You've got oodles and oodles of room to play with these. Do I want to do the water? Okay, so I had to think. So typically with a stencil, you're going to use ink. And for the sake of today, I'm going to go ahead and grab some washi tape. I think I'll go this way. There we go. I'm going to washi tape my stencil down in place and my paper in place. Like that. And come on. There we go. Okay, so I'm in place. Let me back up a little bit or move my camera a little bit. No, down maybe? Nope, still not right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna hope that that works. I still think it's not right, but that's okay, you can see. All right, so I'm gonna grab some of my blending brushes from Couture Creations, and I've got some Hero Arts inks here, and I think I'm gonna start really soft with some easy color. Let's grab something that I can pull the color off on. Hold on to that piece over there. So I'm gonna, got my ink, I'm gonna dab, 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 and then pull a little color off. Still think this is in the wrong place. Ink. And where I pull my color off. Maybe I go back a little bit more. Okay, so ink, and then if I want to dab a little my color off. And I just come in here and I stencil away and I add some color. I've got everything taped down. This isn't a layering stencil. And I always want to start kind of with my lighter colors. If you start with your darkest colors first and you want to blend some of your color, then you're going to have trouble because that darkest color is going to absorb the lighter. You always need to start light to dark when you're stenciling on a single layer stencil. If I came in here with navy blue and then tried to add this lighter green, you wouldn't see it. That navy blue color would absorb this color. And I'm just going to layer some colors down. It's not perfect. I'm not trying to get all the areas with the exact same intensity of my green. And then maybe I come in with a little bit darker tide pool. More of a bluey green. And I hit some areas with my tide pool. So I'm trying to build depth perception with my stencil by adding different colors and different intensities, different saturations of that color. If everything looks flat, if everything's the same color and the same saturation, your paper is going to just look flat, like a printed piece of paper that you got out of your printer. And we're trying to have a little bit more than that. Now maybe I throw in some blue. So I change from my green to my blue blending brush. And every time I add another layer of color, I kind of use less of it. It's more of an accent. Because you don't want to cover up everything you just did, right? That's all I'm going to do in that blue. And then I've got a navy. It might be too dark. You don't know. This is just white paper though, so I'm gonna give it a whirl and see what happens. And what starts out as just a white piece of paper ends up pretty spectacular. Unless we don't like the navy. And then, well, too bad, so sad. Okay. So this is where I'm at. And this is what I got. So you can see all the different colors that I used that have now blended kind of into each other. Some places are a little lighter, some places are a little darker, giving some sort of a depth perception for your eye to focus on. So I went from there to there. Easy to do with color. But what if I wanted to do it with something more? Let's put this one over there. What if I wanted to use my flakes? Your flakes, the flakes you just used on the Stacy tape? Yeah, the flakes I just used on the Stacy tape. Let's put my blue with my blue, and my green, and my black, and my pink. You know what? I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to color this one really quick, and then we'll do it in the flakes. So I'm going to color this one super fast, and I'm going to keep this one handy just in case we decide to use it. Bring over my paper. Bring over my tape. It's a big stencil, so you can choose how much you want to actually stencil. Do you want to do a whole sheet because then you have an opportunity to cut it up? You could. Okay, that is more than enough for me to stencil. And I'm going to start with my pinks. And I'm going to start my light pinks. Bring over my little paper. And I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to hit with some light pink. And I'm going to be random about it. And I'm not going to care where I go. Done. That's all I'm doing. Then I'm going to hit it maybe with a little bit of a darker pink. Same thing, random. Oh, that's going to be too close in color. I'm going to go even darker. Oh yeah, hello. Hello, pink. And again, I'm just going to hit I'm not going to care where I put it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not over analyzing it. And then I think I'm going to come in with some grays. And I'm going to start with a soft granite. And I'm using my black blending brush. And that soft gray, I'm gonna fill in. I'm just gonna go over absolutely everything with that soft gray. I'm going over the pink, I'm going over the dark pink, and I'm just adding the soft gray to tone down that white. So I've got a little bit of that soft gray everywhere. I'm going to tone down that white. And then I'm going to come back in with a darker gray, a little bit darker, to add a little more dimension. And if I need to, I might want to come back with a little more pink if I want. And I'm making all of those colors melt into each other. So while this isn't a layering stencil, I don't have to keep it just one color. And I started with my light colors and then added layer upon layer upon layer. Until I'm happy. I don't know if I'm happy. We'll see when I open it up. Okay, so that's where I am. And that's what I've got. And I like that very, very much, because when you take look at how pretty. Right? Beautiful. You've got this. You can do this. These are big stencils that are so affordable and give you great opportunity. But like I said, I want to use the flakes. So how do I do that? Let's grab here. And a piece of white paper or a piece of black paper, up to me. Let's do it on black paper. I'm gonna leave my whole sheet and then I'm gonna tape on down. I'm going to use a whole sheet of black paper. And then I'm going to tape it on down. Now I need to use adhesive if I'm going to use my flakes. I absolutely have to have some kind of adhesive if I'm going to use my flakes. I'm not using Stacy tape. No, the stencil would stick. It would be hard to peel up. Stacy tape is super strong. I am going to use my Essentials glue pad, which is sold like this. But this time I care mostly about this, which is the refill. It is sold exactly like this, and your pad comes dry. There's nothing on your pad when you get it. The idea with this glue is that you put enough on your pad, and this is a new pad. Ooh. What did I do to rank a new pad? Somebody gave me a new one. You put enough glue on your pad just for what you're doing in that moment, for that project. You don't empty your entire pad or this is not a re-inker, this is the glue. This is just the vessel to get the glue onto your project. But today I'm gonna use a spouncer because I find this easier for me than trying to do this. So the glue tends to want to pull the stencil up, and I don't want that. The spouncer seems a little bit easier. So I'm going to take a little bit of the glue and put a little bit on. I'm probably going to need more than that. Give it a little bit of a, like that, to get it all over. And then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to lightly spounce over my entire stencil. Now this glue is water soluble. Water soluble. So you don't have to worry if it gets on your fingers or your clothes. If you want to try and clean your glue pad, the little spongy afterwards so you can use it again, it's water soluble. The most important thing about this glue is that it is a two-way glue. That means that if I were to take some of this glue and put it on paper and close the paper together to glue it down, it would glue solid, it would hold. But what this glue is really known for is when it goes tacky. It never fully dries when you don't have something adhered to it. When I put two pieces of paper together and the glue's in between, it's going to stick together and it's going to dry. But if I leave it just like this, where nothing is stuck down to it, it needs to go tacky. And when it goes tacky like that, then you can add glitter and you can add foils and you can, I mean, it's just beautiful. But the key word is tacky. You've got to give it at least a few minutes and upwards of 20-30 minutes. You can walk away from this and come back to it. Now, the more glue I add to my pad, because my pad was dry, next time I'm not going to have to add as much if I do another one after this, because now my pad is starting to get a nice buildup of glue in it. And for me, it's just easier to spounce, spounce, spounce. So this is a two-way glue. And, oops, I can see I didn't get there. I'm able to then look at it. Oh, you can see the sheen. And anywhere I don't see a sheen, like right there, it's dull. Right over here, can you see that? It's dull. That means I don't have any glue there, and I need to add some. So you can kind of move it around so you can see what you've got, and then you're gonna let it go tacky. Well, I'm gonna hope that this is good enough. We're gonna try. So I'm gonna take my stencil off, and I can put that, take a baby wipe and wash it off, whatever makes my heart happy. The glue is water soluble. You're not gonna have to scrub it off. You can put it with some dishwashing detergent. And you can see my pattern. So I'm gonna let that one go tacky, and while I let that happen, I'm gonna bring this one back. And I'm gonna do this one on white. And same thing, tape it down, get some glue on my sponge. The glue is sold as a refill only, so you don't have to buy the pad every time you run out. And then I'm just gonna start to spounce. And is it gonna be perfect? Probably not, but I'm not trying for perfection. I'm trying for beautiful and handmade. Let's see how I'm doing. So it's a little easier to see the sheen on the black than it is the white. And I just want to add some glue. Now you could take the glue pad and do it this way, and it is faster. I will give you that. The only problem I have with that is that the pad, once it has enough glue on it, wants to pull the stencil up. And if you don't have it taped down well, you may have an issue because this stencil is so big. If this was just a typical A2 size stencil or 6x6 stencil, you probably could get away with the pad. But because even this size, see, it wants to pull up. You could even put tape along the edges so that it doesn't pull up. I have no idea if I've got enough glue. But we're gonna live with it and go with it, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's not gonna be perfect. But it will be pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of move it around to see if I've got, it looks like I've got a pretty good sheen. So I'm gonna call that done. And I'm gonna take my stencil off, and that's really gonna be the telltale sign. It's a little light down at the bottom, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. And in the meantime, this one has been getting tacky. And you can blow on it, you can waft it, but it needs to have that air dry time. You don't want it to be runny. I want to be able to put my flakes on there and have them stay. I don't want them to move because the glue is too wet. Should we give it a try? We could do half and see what happens and see if it's not, if it's, I think I'm gonna do this one because this one's kind of an under the sea one. So I've got my flakes. See, look at how big that one opens up to. Did you see how big this opens up to? I'm going to kind of pull them apart and move them around. And I think that's probably going to be enough. Probably more than enough. Let's put that back. I can always get more. And let's grab my sponge. Let's kind of push it down into place. Do you see it? Isn't that wonderful? You gotta love it, right? You gotta. All right, maybe a little bit more. So let's put some up there. Come on, stay. And some down here, and some over there, and some up there, some over here. And let's tap it down. I might not have had enough glue up there. anywhere the glue is and it's gone tacky. My flakes are adhering and holding. Okay. Oh, that looks good. I love it. So pretty. Should have done it on blue paper. That would have been awesome. And it's just using my little sponge to move things around and set things in place. Look at that. Right? That's rock star. And then I can cut it down to whatever I need it to be because I made it bigger than I need. Unless you're in the UK, and then this is about the right size they start with. Ciao Bella stencils are awesome for the everybody in the UK and the European countries because they do big. Yum. Yay. All right, we did this one. I don't know if I got enough glue on this one, but we're gonna try. And what color should we do it in? How about we do the silver maybe and the red? How about we do the raspberry kiss? And I'm going to change my sponge because that's got a lot of gold in it. So I'm going to get a new one because this one is all about the silver. And let's open it up. And let's drop on. Drop on some flakes. So brand new colors. I don't think they've launched anywhere yet. I think we may be a global launch on these. I know the tinting powder that I use, the embossing powder, just launched. You think that's enough to start? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can you see it coming through? And I just keep working my way all the way down. Probably could have used a little more glue, but I thought that when I looked at it. I've got all of this left over. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right back. And I got flakes on my fingers, so I'm going to wipe those off. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Don't throw my sponge away, Stacy. Let's finish getting it all off and cutting it out. Yeah, maybe the gold would have been better. I don't know. So can you see? Depending on how you turn it, changes the whole look. Oh, actually came out pretty good. There was more glue on it than I had thought. Be pretty against there, right? I might even leave that with that down there and do something down there pretty with that against there. So pretty and easy to do. Easy peasy. Let's take that one more time. Let's try this one on black just to see what it would look like on black. I mean, we're already here, right? Let's see what it looks like on black. I'm going to do the same color, only on black, so you can see apples to apples. What happens when you put it on white versus a darker color. Get it nice and glued up. And you don't have to do the whole thing if you want. It's up to you. If you do the whole thing, the nice thing about that is anything you don't use, you just put in your stash. And next time you want to use it, oh, I bent that one. Next time you want to use it, you're good to go. That looks pretty glued. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. Except for right there. Missed that one little spot. Right there. Better. All right, let's waft. As I blow everything away. I think while I let that dry, I'm gonna pull out some rice paper because there's also rice paper with Ciao Bella. So I have a few different sheets of rice paper. And people ask all the time, how do you use rice paper? Well, typically we use it with a nori paste. If we're going to wrap it around something like a frame, if we're going to make altered art with it, if we're going to wrap it around a whole tag, we usually cut it up with and add a little water to make frayed edges. You just add some water down the seam wherever you want the seam to be. Add just with a paintbrush and then kind of fray the edges so you have wispy edges. And that's typically what we do with nori or with rice paper, is we use it on shakers because it's great. It will wrap around anything and the seams virtually disappear. So that's a really beautiful thing about your rice paper. It is so easy to use. But do you have to use it in that capacity? No, you don't. Let's see. Let's grab a purple base and see what I've got. Let's see. And let's grab a white sheet of paper. And the thing about rice paper is that it's translucent. So when you put it against something, you still see the design, but it's kind of like this is against the purple card base, and that purple card base is coming through. Rice paper always looks better when put against maybe something brighter and then added to your card base. So depending on you, whether you like the translucent look or you want it a little bit more opaque so that the colors pop just a little bit more. And this time I'm going to keep the rice paper in the squares that it is. I'm not gonna add water and make little soft edges, because then I'm going to need a nori paste to put those edges down. I'm just going to use this as if it were a beautiful piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it out. So rice paper is not fragile. It's actually very, very hardy. And you don't have to be afraid of it. And you don't have to do mixed media with it. So I've got myself a piece here. And it's exactly the size of my card base because this is an A6 card. So I may want to go ahead and get rid of some of those edges, some of the gray edges, just so I have a little bit of purple popping through. So maybe I trim it down just a little bit more. That was not the best cut. Nor was that. Ooh, Stacy. Let's try to straighten you up a little bit, huh? All right. So now I've got it so that I can see a little bit of my purple edging around it. And it really is up to you if you want to put it directly onto the card base, if your card base is purple, or if you want to back it in white. I don't know that I have two of these to go toe to toe. Let's take this one too. And let me trim this one down. And that way I'll have some sort of an apples to apples for you. Not the exact same image, but close enough. All right. So I'm trimmed out, and that'll give us kind of an apples to apples. Let me grab another purple card base. That way I have two. And I am going to use, to put this down, sticky dots. You're like, wait, what do you mean sticky dots? You're going to put this down with sticky dots. Usually you're using some kind of a paste to adhere it down, and normally I am. But normally I have wispy edges, and this time I don't. So because of that, I can just take my sticky dots. Up. Got some left down here. I'm just going to take my sticky dots. Sticky dots is a sheet that has hundreds and thousands of little stickers on them, little sticky dots. And the minute you pull that liner back, those are adhesive right there. As long as you keep your liner on, easy peasy. You can use them again and again and again and again. So I'm going to take my rice paper. I'm not going to get it wet. I'm going to put it right down on my sticky dots. And anywhere you see the rice paper, those sticky dots are going to adhere. But anywhere around it where you don't see the rice paper, those sticky dots are going to stay right there. And then I'm going to pull it up. Now the thing about sticky dots is generally they're repositionable, which means if you're using a piece of cardstock, you're going to be able to put this down on your paper and then reposition it again and again. With rice paper, not so much. Rice paper, you're kind of a one and done. You're not going to have much of an opportunity to reposition it. It goes permanent almost immediately. So I'm just going to put this down on my white paper. I'm not going to try and even center it or anything. I'm just going to get it down. It doesn't show any kind of adhesive behind it. There's no wet adhesive. And just like that, it's down. Now, normally, if this was cardstock, I would be able to pull this back up and reposition. But this is rice paper, and it is not going to want to come up. You're going to have to just leave it be. So you're going to want to use a piece of paper around it that's a little bit bigger so that you've got room. You've got room to adjust it. Boy, my fingers are sticky. Now, I'm not going to leave a white, a white base around it, or a white mat. I'm just going to cut it so that that white is just behind. In fact, I'm going to cut it down so it's easier for me. Gosh, I could have even left it bigger and then trimmed it, matted it down. So I'm going to get rid of the white around it because I just want that white to help that translucent rice paper pop. Okay. So now I've got that out of beautiful rice paper. Or I have that. So I can put this down with sticky dots too. Make sure I open my card right. Been known to put it on upside down. Okay. Well, just leave it. I see it. No, I see a little snippet that just needs to come off just right there. Sorry. Put it right down on my sticky dots. Give a good press. Where you can see the rice paper, the sticky dots are going to adhere. Everything else around it is going to stay where they are if they haven't been used yet. Since I'm not trying to mold the rice paper around anything, sticky dots is an easy way to get it down. You don't see anything coming through the back. Make sure my paper is, my card base is going the right direction. Because you're not going to be able to really adjust. Once it's down, it's down. And let's take some Stacy tape and put that around behind this. So now you decide whether you like it with the white background. Even though you've hidden the white, it just helps the rice paper pop a little bit. Or if you like it a little more subtle. Rice paper from Ciao. It's beautiful. But do you know what else you can do with it? Oh my gosh. Because it is so thin, rice paper is so thin. Here's my envelope. What if I took, what if I took and I wanted to decorate my envelope? It is so thin that it's not going to affect the going through the postal meter. So what if I wanted to decorate my envelope? And I'm going to trim it down. So my envelope looks like the mat. A little bit more. A little off the top. And what if I wanted to, now you can still put your label here. What if I wanted to decorate my envelope? Sticky dots. Do I have one that's open? Okay. So I usually wipe a little bit off the corner now. It's just easier for me if I get rid of a few sticky dots on the corner and then fold it down, easy for me to find. I have got, make sure you find which side the sticky dots are on. Kind of line it up because they go from edge to edge. Put it down. Give a good press. And then carefully peel up. So I'm coming across the whole bottom. And once I've got that bottom up, it'll peel right up. And then I can bring over my envelope. Make sure my envelope's going in the right direction. And again, you're not going to get a lot of opportunity to fix it. You're just gonna go. And now the front of my envelope is done. And I've got my card on the inside, which is done. And if I really, really wanted to, I could come in and maybe from this piece that was about ready to be just a leftover, that piece was just a little bit of a leftover. Once I put my card in there, sticky dot and seal it down because those sticky dots are going to keep this closed. There's no way to pull this back up again. But did you ever think to use the beautiful, beautiful rice paper to just add a little something, something to your envelopes? Put the name and label. Sure, you could even write right on it if you want. Look at how beautiful that is. Close it up, and inside is your beautiful card. It's a great way to use leftover rice paper. You don't have to do the full size. I could have done a border across the bottom. I could have done a border on the side just to dress it up a little bit. But we've been sitting here talking, doing everything else, and this is still here. You think it's gone tacky enough? You think we can give it a whirl and see? So I've got this one that I did in the white with the silver. I'm going to do the same color, only I'm going to do it on the black, and let's see what we get. And it's been sitting there for quite some time, right? I feel like I missed a big spot, but you know what? We're just gonna go for it. Okay. And my sponge. I think I'm gonna start up here and kind of press it into place. And then start Now I'm not rubbing too hard, but I'm also not so soft. I need to be able to get that foil, those flakes, to stay down. Look at how beautiful is that. And I'm kind of just moving the flakes down with me as I go. I'm going to want some more silver in there. So I'm going to grab just some silver. And just put some more silver in there. So no, you haven't had these colors before. They're all brand new. I don't think they've launched yet worldwide. I think we might be the only ones who have them right now. But that won't be that way for long. Gather all my extra flake up. And put it back in my tub. And then if I aerate this, it's gonna pop up like it was never used. You're gonna be like, wait, it's like you didn't use any of it at all. See, I still have all of this. All of this is good. Even though it's the little scraps in the bit, if this was glitter, I probably wouldn't save it. But the flakes go and go and go. All right, so let's cut it out. And then you can see apples to apples. You choose, you pick the color paper for the background. But that looks really good. And that looks really good. You choose. The stencils are easy to use. They give you so many options. And then when you grab, gosh, I want that one, or do I want this one? What do I want to put in the center there and trim down? I mean, they're beautiful. I've got this one. And they're so easy to use. Remember this way back when? Remember way back when? Where these two started out identical and I aged this one with the tinting powder? Yeah, way back when. And how we just made super simple cards out of the Ciao Bella packs of papers, and then we got into the flakes and how we used all the colors. Oh my gosh, so easy. I don't even know what I did with half my samples. So, oh, here's one over here. So easy to do by just using Stacy tape. Remember all the things we've done today? And then we played with the stencils and the flakes. And we took the rice paper that you get from Ciao Bella and we used it as a beautiful decoration on your envelopes. And I used sticky dots to do this. I didn't have to use any paste. And it's not coming up. It just isn't. And then you can take the little extras that you were gonna throw away and you can use those. I could have put that over here on the back side of my envelope. You know, it's all in the presentation. If you start with something this beautiful, well, then they already know what's gonna be inside is fabulous. And it's just rice paper. You don't wanna use the flakes on the stencils? No problem. Beautiful, just like that. Can I get this one off? Ooh, no, I can't. But let's pretend that card base is a mat. Beautiful, just like that. We did a lot today. We did. We played and we played and we played. Do you prefer your rice paper backed in white? Or do you prefer your rice paper straight onto the card base? You choose. You have options. Love, love the tinting powder. Love the new colors of the flakes. Love that they're coming in bags. We can ship this so much easier. And remember, if you get the I Want It All on these, then you're gonna get the 6 sponges as well. And if you don't want the I Want It All, that's okay. We're gonna sell the sponges all by themselves. Not a problem. I think, like I said, I think it comes in a pack of 6. Okay, so then what do we have on sale today? Oh my gosh, it's a lot. But I've been working on this YouTube for months now. I started it last year. Wasn't sure how long it was gonna take to get everything here because I have to be able to afford it all. And I wanted it all. Okay, so to begin with, wow. I've got the 3 pads for the Sparrow Hill, and we are not breaking them up. It's a I Want It All bundle. That's the only way we're selling it. You get the A4, the 8x8, and the fussy cut double-sided. Okay, so that's the first one, and we played with that a lot today. I've got a few different sheets of rice paper to go with it. Those are all sold open stock. I have got the beautiful underwater and the stencil. Oh my gosh. See, can't you see how amazing this would be? I mean, just even if you took this side right here and put that right here, I mean, amazing. So again, I've got the 3 packs, the A4, the 8x8, and the fussy cut 6x6 as a bundle, no open stock. And I've only got 1 sheet of rice paper to go with it. And it happened to be one of my favorite sheets, so it's the jellyfish. Really elegant. That's the only one I could get. That's it. We have the stencils on sale, which are somewhere here. Well, I have this one, which I didn't even use today, and this one, and the, oh, did I make a mess? And the circular, the bubble one, because I thought the bubble one would go really great with the oceany one. I thought those 2 would go great with your underwater love, and these 2 would go great with Sparrow Hill. So these are on sale for you. Yep, those are on sale. We'll put the spouncer because you're gonna need it if you use the flakes, absolutely. I have just decimated my desk. Oh, here's the other one. There's the other one, the other stencil. We'll do the Essentials glue pad because you're gonna need it. We'll do the Versamark because you're gonna need it. We've got the tinting powder. Tinting powder goes with the Versamark, and the flakes go with the glue. We'll do the flakes open stock and in the bundle. So plenty for you to choose from. And you may have looked at this and said, I don't like any of it. And that's okay too. Absolutely. Did you learn something today? If you learned something today, then it was worth the entire 2.5 hours for this class. It's not about what you buy. That's not the important thing. It's what you learn, what you take away, what you create. No, it's not about what you buy. It's about what you do. And if you can get some of this at your local independent retailer, shop with them by all means. Support those local independent retailers. All right. Wow. Okay, so that was, I have just got a mess going on. The girls are going to look at me like, what did you do? All right, let me show you some samples. because they are beautiful. The girls did do a beautiful job on all of them. You can't go wrong. They really are magnificent. This is Sparrow Hill. So I'm showing you Sparrow Hill first, and then I'm going to show you the Underwater Love. 100 cards easy. 25 layouts easy with the bundle. Add your own 12 by 12 background page, you know, your page, 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and then start chopping and piecing and junk journaling. There are so many different little ephemera pieces that you can fussy cut out with this. All sorts of tags and, right? So all the girls used, all we used was the paper. If anything, we added a little bit of cardstock here and there for matting, and that's it. This is all Sparrow Hill. So pretty. And then Claire did do a layout with Sparrow Hill. So you've got the stencil going on up here, the stencil all the way up here, and then she fussy cut and made a beautiful layout, and everything coordinates, and everything came out of the Sparrow Hill. All the sentiments, the border, the buttons, all of it. Cardstock was ours. Everything else came out of that collection. And then I have the Underwater Love for you, which is beautiful too. So mermaids and dolphins and sea creatures and great guy cards. And here they did the foiling out of the, where are you? So we used this stencil with the glue and the foils to make that, right? Yay! This paper comes with it. Ooh, do it this way. Slimline, because you've got A4 paper, so you're able to do slimline. Look at this one. And we added a little bit of sparkle to her mermaid tail. Oh my gosh, isn't that fabulous? And here, this one again, with the foiled background. And a foil over here. And this one this is out of the Underwater Love. Unexpected, right? I agree. Here. Looks great, I agree. They did such a lovely job. Look at how easy that one was. Write your secrets down in the sand and trust them with a mermaid. And then I love this one. So you choose. Are you loving Ciao Bella? Are you meh? You loving the rice paper, especially on the envelopes, or are you meh? Are you loving the tinted powder, the tinted, that's what they're calling it, right? Tinted powder, or meh? Are you loving the flakes or Point is, you've got options. Okay, have no idea what time it is. Doesn't matter. It's a class. It's free. Hopefully you learn something. Hopefully you keep creating. Hopefully it inspires you to pull out your stuff and play. So it really is about teaching you different ways to use things, bringing out things. You may have plenty of flakes. You may have lots of flakes. Yeah, use them. You may be going, oh yeah, I haven't used those for a while. Maybe I need to do that. Yes. Maybe you have some Ciao Bella packs that you haven't pulled out in a while. Pull them out. This is all about keeping our industry moving forward and keeping your hobby as your hobby and sharing and exploring our creativity together, because that's what we do. We spend every Saturday together, and my job is to teach. That is my job. Am I a store? Yes, absolutely. But really what my job is to teach. And if I can teach you to craft where you are confident and you are adventurous, well then I have done my job well. So again, if you find this product at your local independent store, I encourage you to shop there. And if not, that's when you come online. So it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Until I see you next, which is Monday for our Make It Monday live chat at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody, and make something pretty. Bye.